If you look over here, you'll see a sleeping bag. Years I keep this. I know I still sleep in it. Sometime I roll this out and lay in it. When I'm depressed, I get in it, close it up, because I want to be alone. And that's a lonely place.
I knew there were people out there because we knew they were living in the bridge or down in Walmarts along the railroad tracks. And I grew up on a farm where the wood stove went out and you woke up in the morning, it was just as cold inside as it was outside. And I'd say, Christ, those people got to be freezing out there. I would walk up and down the street and ask different people, I'm forming a committee and would you like to be on it? Because I want to renovate the American Legion and put in veterans housing. No one ever told me I was crazy. No one ever said, get out of here. And they just said, when you get enough of people to have a meeting, let us know. And I was very surprised because nobody said no.
Bill's got a smooth way about him. He doesn't push, there's no pressure. He says, this is what I need, this is what we need to do, and people step forward. And that's the way this project was. He asked me at the coffee shop, he says, I want to do something with the building. I need someone in the construction side of it. And I said, yeah, I'll do that. So I started going to meetings, and I don't know, 3 or 4 years later, we're still going to meetings.
We talked to different organizations, financial institutions. Nobody would make a commitment. Congressman Courtney went to Congress, and we got $200,000 on earmark money. And that was what really kicked this program forward. Suddenly, other doors opened up. About March 8th, 2010, I received a letter from CHFA that the governor had reserved $3.8 million for us. It makes this a 5.2 project. We wound up with 18 one-bedroom apartments with a connector connecting both buildings with an elevator in the middle. This is permanent housing we're doing.
When they step out of their front door here, they're going to be in Main Street of Jewett City. You know, they're going to walk up and down the street like the rest of us. We'll see them at the coffee shop, we'll see them at the bakery, Charlene's Diner, we're going to see them at the post office. They'll end up at church. Whatever they want to do, they can be part of our community, which we hope for. Hopefully we want this is a stepping stone for them people to get back on their feet and get into life.
When I started this, I said, well, it's a shot in the dark. Well, right now, we're under construction. I didn't imagine that this was going to happen. I just kept on trying.
I want to give special recognition to Bob Luby, past commander, American Legion. Right up front, he identified this facility as his project. And boy, did he return in a big way. And as you all walk through this facility today, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Computers and furniture and teaming up with all the legions across the state. And Bob, great job. Thank you very much.
I went to the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs a couple months before I was installed as Department Commander and asked them for various ideas for our project. And one of the ideas was to help furnish Veterans Haven.
This is the reception area here. Will be our secretary receptionist over here. This area down here is going to have the administration, the superintendent's office, the staff supervisor, assistant superintendent, and an office for the Director of Veteran Services. And there's also a new conference room we're building down here. We're a transitional housing program. They can stay here up to 2 years. While they're here, we have a treatment team assembled and a human services staff assembled to help them transition and prepare for that transition back into self-sufficiency. We want people to look at Veterans Haven and say this is the place we can model other facilities after. You know, veterans come here, especially all of us being in the military, the one thing, we preach to our guys is obviously accountability and individual responsibility. I mean, no one's going to give you anything while you're here. You need to earn it. But this is a place where you can come back and earn it. And that's what we're all trying to do. And that goes with the motto of what the department's trying to do is veterans serving veterans.
We went into the project trying to furnish all the bedrooms. They have 44 new bedroom suites. Then it just escalated from there. We went back to them and asked what else we could buy. Well, they said they still have to buy computers, because the clients here one of the terms of their stay is they must find a job. I think it's within 2 years. So of course they need computers to do the job search. So it just grew from bedrooms to we're furnishing every piece of furniture in the building.
I am thrilled with the renovations. It's an opportunity for us now to double the occupancy and to get another 50-plus veterans off the streets of New Jersey and get them back into contributing members of society, and we owe it so much to each and every one of them.
It's something that every veteran should care about because, you know, a vet is a vet and they're our brothers and sisters.
The journey started when I had a car accident. I went through the windshield and my PTSD jumped off. I became so depressed that I just stepped away from society. I stepped away from my job, my family, and I never went back.
I was married for 20 years to my wife, and she came home one day and told me she wanted a divorce. My youngest boy was 16 at the time, and when he turned 21, I gave her divorce papers. A few months after that, I had a nervous breakdown.
Getting involved with the Homeless Corporation was just part of being involved with veterans. We have 5 homes. We can house 16 veterans. We don't have a lot of money. We can't buy a home for $75,000 or $100,000. So we have to look at something that's within our price range as far as our budget is concerned. And then we just get volunteers come in to renovate the homes and fix it up. We offer a safe, clean environment for our veterans to live in.
It has allowed me to find a direction and to do the things that I wanted to do 20 years ago. This place has allowed me that peace of mind, a peace of mind that I haven't had in a long time. I'm not totally at peace of mind, but it gives me a peace of mind that I have never had before.
I tried the shelters, which is, I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. And I prefer being homeless than living in a shelter. This is a godsend. It gives me a chance to get stable, go back to a semi-normal routine.
It's our obligation as an American Legion and as citizens to ensure that that veteran and the veteran community is being taken care of, especially our less fortunate veterans for some reason fell on that hard times where they become homeless. Because by the grace of God go I, it could happen to any one of us. Our American Legionnaires to make sure that we grab that hand of that fallen soldier and lift him up and give him a respectable place in our nation that they truly deserve.